Hey everyone, it's Jessie checking in from Valdezaire. It's Sunday morning here in resort, and after such a stunning day yesterday, the village feels a little quieter this morning with a softer, more settled atmosphere around town. Yesterday really was one of those days where the mountains absolutely surprised us. Instead of the couple of hours of sunshine that were forecast, we ended up with blue skies pretty much from start to finish. A pretty special send-off for last week's guests, and one of those reminder days of just how lucky we are to be here. Overnight in town, it stayed dry and cold, with no precipitation at all. Temperatures gradually dropped through the evening, falling from around -4 degrees Celsius early on, down to a low of around -8.5 degrees during the night, before lifting slightly towards morning. Winds remained generally light, but there were a few stronger gusts at times, reaching around 15 kilometers per hour, which added a bit of bite to the cold, especially in more exposed parts of the village. Looking ahead to today around the village, clouds continue to build through the morning, and it stays mostly cloudy through the afternoon, with no real sunshine breaking through. Temperatures in town are expected to reach around 0 degrees Celsius, and winds remain very light, coming in from the east, so although it's grey, it shouldn't feel particularly harsh or uncomfortable as you move around resort. Up on Bellevarde, conditions are similar but colder. Temperatures at the summit are expected to top out at around -5 degrees Celsius. Winds are a little more noticeable than in town, especially earlier in the day, but nothing extreme. Visibility stays reasonable, though the cloud cover will keep things feeling quite flat at times, particularly on higher, more exposed terrain. A quieter day on the events front today and a break from the Six Nations rugby. That said, if you're looking for something to watch later, the Black Sheep will be showing football this evening, with Liverpool taking on Manchester, which should still pull in a decent crowd. If you hear of anything else happening around resort today, feel free to drop it in the comments so we can share it with everyone. Before heading off piste today, it's really important to take a close look at the Avalanche situation and to check the full official bulletin using the link in the description. For today, the overall avalanche risk is marked above 1,800 metres and limited below that level. The main concern is wind-affected snow, with several powdery slab formations in place near ridgelines and in areas where recent snow has been transported by southerly winds. Above 1,800 metres, particularly on east, north and west facing slopes, these slabs remain reactive and can be triggered by a skier. Most of these are expected to produce small to medium-sized avalanches, but in certain places, larger avalanches are still possible, especially where deeper, weak layers are buried within the snowpack. At higher altitudes and in colder aspects, there are persistent weak layers hidden under the surface. These can sometimes be triggered remotely and may result in wider, more powerful avalanches. Warning signs include cracking, hollow sounds, or sudden collapses in the snow. Natural avalanche activity remains generally low where winds are calm, but in areas exposed to ongoing snow transport, small spontaneous releases are still possible in steep terrain. In short, conditions require careful route choice today. Stick to well-supported slopes, be particularly cautious near ridges and wind-loaded areas, and if you're unsure, it's a very good day to stay on piste or go out with a qualified guide. And as always, make sure you read the full official avalanche report before heading out. If you're planning to explore the mountains this season, remember, off-piste skiing is dangerous. Always take a qualified guide and never go off-piste without a transceiver, shovel and probe, and most importantly, know how to use them and practice regularly. That's it for today's update. If you're heading out, enjoy the day, take it steady and make the most of what's on offer. And if you know of any events, live music or good spots worth mentioning today, let us know in the comments. If you're finding our updates useful, a like and a subscribe to the Valdezaire online YouTube channel really helps to support what we do and reach more people who love the resort.
For further information, piste reports and events sponsored by Valdezaire Tourism, please go to radiovaldezaire.com, the local radio station with the most up-to-date information. Forecast information provided by mediablue.com infoclimat.fr and meteofrance.fr. Conditions in the Alps can change quickly, so always check before heading out. Webcam pictures courtesy of the official Val d'Isère website valdisere.com.